Hello everyone, this is Mel. Today we're going to go through chapter 1 of reviewing algebra. This is specialist maths, a VCE subject, unit 1 and 2. Okay, so first we're going to talk about indices. So with the base of a and the power of m, and with the base of a, the power of n, what if they are multiplied together? So that means we can write it in this form, which is the same base but the sum of their powers. Okay, so what about if it's division? So a to the power of m divided by a to the power of n. So instead of the sum, we use subtraction. So m minus n with the base of a. Okay, and what about this one? So a to the power of m and then to the power of n. So we can actually multiply the powers together into m times n. Okay, so for these two, the condition you need to be specific is that they have the same base n, a. So what if let's say for example, this times 3 to the power of 5, can it be using this formula? So no. So we need to make sure the base must be the same. Okay? Then what about this one? So a times b as a whole to the power of n. So that equals to a to the power of a, n times b to the power of n. Okay, and instead of a times b, we have a divided by b. So that's equal to a to the power of n and divided by b to the power of n. So you can think of it as the n power goes inside of both, and the relation between a and b stay the same. So if it's division, then it remains as division. If it's multiplication between a and b, then it should be remaining multiplication. Okay. Now it comes to a to the power of negative n. So this negative sign here actually can be understood as 1 over a to the power of n. So the negative sign becomes division. Okay, and a to the power of 0, so any number with a power of 0 is 1. And then this one, a to the power of 1 on n. And that becomes the root. So for example, if we have this, then that is equal to root a. If it's like this, then we write 3 over here and then a. So what if in general we have a to the power of negative m on n? So that can be written as, so remember the negative sign means 1 over a to the power of m, and this part can be written as this. So it becomes in the form like this. Okay? So the next dot point, a number is expressed in a standard form or a scientific notation when written as a product of a number between 1 and 0 and an integer power of 10. So for example, we have 1.5, which is between 1 and 10, and then multiply with the power of 8 to the base of 10. Okay, so instead of writing as this, we write 1.5 and then to the power of 8. Okay, so we want to make this part to be between 1 and 10. Okay, the next dot point, this one, is very easy. We just need to solve for this equation. Note that x has been multiplied by 3 and then 4 has been added. So yeah, x times 3 and then plus 4 is equal to 16. Then we do subtract 4 from both sides, and then 16 become 12, and then divided by 3 on both sides. So x is equal to 4. So remember to do division or multiplication or subtraction or add on both sides. So the point is on both sides. If you want to minus 4 this side, then you have to do it for the other side as well to make them equal. Okay, the next dot point. An equation that states a relationship between two or more quantities is called a formula. For example, we have the area of the circle is equal to pi times radius square, the value of a, the subject of the formula. So a is the subject of the formula, may be found by substituting a given value of r and then the value of pi. So if we have a r, if we have a radius, for example 1, then we know the area is equal to pi if the radius is equal to 1. Okay? A formula can be transposed to make different variable the subject. So instead of a being the subject of the formula, we can do r being the subject of the formula, which is equal to square root of a divided by pi, and there's no plus and minus because radius is always positive. Okay. The last dot point, a literal equation, is solved using the same technique as for a numerical equation. So a literal equation is something like this one, or something like this. This is the area for the triangle, right? So this is called the literal equation. So literal equations are equations that you have more than one variable, and instead of the numbers, you have the b and h. So there are letters. Okay, I think that's it for today. This is chapter 1 of Special Ed Maths, unit 1 and 2.